y'all, it's your girl Samaya. So as you can see, I'm doing my hair, and today we'll also be doing makeup from the title. Now, if you've watched one of my other videos, like a few days ago, I actually posted this same clip. However, I was like, okay, I can repurpose this clip because my channel is faith-based, right? Meaning that we talk a lot about God, we talk a lot about purpose, we talk a lot about mindset, right? But part of mindset also looks like, how can you use everything for God's glory, right? Because God said to do everything, anything that you do it for his glory, right? So anywho, I'm like, okay, when I do my makeup, when I do my hair, it's for his glory. So, you know what I'm talking about? That could, listen, that's a little, we could throw that faith base in there, and we could still do a little makeup and a little hair with it, okay, on this channel. So anywho, as you can see, I started out by doing my edges. I have me a cute slick back bun. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my primer. You want to moisturize your face before you put on primer. If you want to put on sunscreen, the order would be cleanse your face, add moisturizer, add your sunscreen, then add your primer. However, this kind of primer that I'm using is the Wet n Wild Face Primer Matte Primer. My face, I like the mattifying primer. I'm not gonna lie. But if you have like oily skin or dry skin, I feel like any type of skin type, it doesn't matter. You're going to still need a little bit of moisture. Maybe my skin type is mixed. I don't know, child. I'm a rookie doing this. So you listening to a rookie, baby. Okay. But I feel like it still did come out cute. Anywho, I went on ahead and I did my brows. I know y'all probably going to ask me what kind of makeup or specific products that I'm using. That's why I'm naming it. However, child, I really get whatever I see. I don't really know the game like that, okay? Now, you asked me about some hair. Now, I got you. But the makeup, I'm still learning. Anywho, it's just a dark brown specifically, eyebrow pencil. I have been doing my brows for a long time. So the brows is going to turn out cute because I've been doing my brows since high school, actually. Everything else I could not do, baby. I've been doing a little mascara, a little gloss, and a little brow since high school. So I've gotten a chance to actually perfect my craft. Now, this specific brow pencil is LA Colors, like I said, dark brown brow pencil. You can get this from the beauty supply store. You can order it from Amazon. It's, I'm talking about, you can, maybe a little CVS. I don't know. CVS act like they're a little high. Who knows? But I just feel like, do what makes sense for you. Then I'm going to brush out my brows with this eyebrow brush. And I have to start getting in the habit of, like, we're not going to be saying stuff is expensive, okay? Because being a part of Tiffany Montgomery, the prophetess, her ministry called Covered by God, she has instilled in us that God is the God of more than enough. So what am I talking about? It's like, what I'm talking about? Like, what am I talking about? Let me get some pizzazz back up in me. Okay, let me get some faith back up in me. Let me get me some oomph. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and take my concealer and just conceal under my eyebrows. As you can see, I didn't start from the beginning to conceal my brows. I just kind of started at like towards the end, like the middle to the end. Because I don't like no big, nasty, harsh, nasty makeup under my eyebrows. Like, I really hate that. I'm sorry, y'all. I really do. Because if I can't do nothing else on my face, I can do some brows. I don't like no nasty, bad, nasty highlighter. Anywho, I'm going to go ahead and go in with this makeup. Oh, girl, I'm over here talking about brows so bad. I didn't even tell y'all about the concealer. Okay, so it's called Ruby Kisses 4-in-1 Brush Concealer Corrector in the color Fun. I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation in this blending brush, or whatever the brush is called, child. I'm still learning the names. So I just took a little bit. Like, when I say a little, I mean it, because if I take too much, my makeup is going to be cakey. The color, or actually, let's start with the brand, okay? This is actually Matte Poreless Fit Me Foundation, normal to oily, and the color Latte 358. So I'm really just going to go ahead and dab that in. So around the perimeter of my face, as you can see, like towards my edges, it looked a little like light. So I was like, okay, let me go in with this go child. Let me go ahead with this Kiss New York Matte Powder Foundation in the color Toffee. It was too dark. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to clean that up. However, I'm going to take that same concealer that I mentioned previously, and I'm going to put that on my forehead. Eventually, I end up putting the concealer in other places, but for right now, it's on my forehead. And I also took a color corrector. So the color corrector is actually, it says the color corrector is actually True Complexion HD Corrector, and it's red. I don't see a color on here, guys, but I'm just going to use that as my liquid blush because listen, I'm not about to buy no whole new products. Let me learn how to use what I got, okay? And maybe the makeup will look better if I actually get the correct stuff. But I feel like a lot of this makeup that we be buying can be repurposed for other things. So instead of using it as just a color corrector, I was like, okay, girl, I can use it as my blush. I put a little bit on there, okay? And I'm going to just blend it out with my fingers because I noticed that when I use my fingers, it looks better. Like it looks more, seamless, a little smooth. And I love how it looks. Like I love the look of it. As you can see, like I said, I'm going in, I'm going to take this towel and I'm going to just go ahead and wipe off that makeup off my forehead. Not all of it, of course, but just the toffee makeup that I went in with earlier because like I said, it was a little bit too dark for my forehead. And right now I'm not really sure how to use concealer, or maybe I just don't have the right color, or maybe I'm just not blending correctly. So anywho, now I'm gonna be blending out for a minute, child. So we're gonna talk about something else while Big Mama get done blending. So anywho, I'm like, I was talking to God one day, and when I mean by one day, it was very recent. And I'm like, God, why do you be sending these people in my life just for them not to even be in my life in the next season? And I know everybody is not here for life, right? Some people are just here for seasons, which is cool. But I'm like, dang, like when I feel like I'm enjoying my time and enjoying somebody, why they gotta go? And I can't even get mad at God because I already know God has sent me dreams about people, certain people or whatever, right? And I do understand that. A lot of times we have to realize that as Christians and, we're on this walk with God, people are going to see who Jesus Christ is through you. Literally. You know what I'm talking about? So I can't get too mad, but I was a little bit hurt at first. Like, dang, what in the world? Like, where my friends at? Like, where's my man? But you know what? It's my waiting season. I'm cool. Not too much on you, girl. Okay. So next I'm going to go in. I'm going to take the same exact concealer. Y'all, you see how pretty this is. I just put it on top of the blush. And you see how it blended? I had learned this technique from somebody on TikTok. And quite a few people were saying this too. Like, they was like, put your under eye concealer on after blush. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. But then I was using powder blush at first. And I realized, you have to use liquid blush if you're going to put a liquid concealer on top of it. Or else you're just going to look ashy. Like, it's just not going to work. So, anywho, I just feel like this is much better. Like, do you see how this looks? Y'all thought I was looking crazy at first. I know y'all did. I know y'all was like, girl, what is she doing with all this red up on her eye? But don't it look good? You can't lie to me and say it don't look good. But anywho, right now we're still blending, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue my conversation. Before I continue, though, I'm going to put a little bit of concealer on my forehead, my nose, and my upper lip. I'm going to blend it out with my fingers. So anywho, I'm just like, I see that God sometimes just wants us to be a vessel to other people. Like, dang, if I can get around that girl, if God can get us around certain people or certain people around us to help, be of motivation in their lives, like who knows what God could do in their lives. Like literally, a lot of times we're just helping other people get through their journey and vice versa. So sometimes everybody won't be able to stay in your life, and you can't take everybody with you, and everybody can't take you with them. Anywho, so next I'm about to do my mascara. I put my mascara on top and I put it on the bottom. And I learned this technique because, guys, I'm not going to lie to y'all. You're a girl before I gave my life to Christ. I always was a believer in Christ, even though at one point in time I lost faith in who God was, who God is, and who God is always going to be, right? I used to work at Hooters, and this girl at Hooters, she seen me do my makeup. And child, when I tell you, I've been trying to learn how to do my makeup for a minute, and I need to take trying out of my vocabulary. I already said it's out of my vocabulary, so I don't even know why I'm saying it. But this girl at Hooters was like, when you do your mascara, when you do your makeup, do the bottom lash too, girl. Like, you just doing the top. You got to take some of that mascara and you just got to rub that mascara on the bottom lashes because it's going to make it pop. And ever since then, I was like, I took that technique and I ran with it because it just looks so beautiful. Like, look at this, y'all. This is what I mean by rub it. Just, that's all you need, just a little bit. Make it spiky a little bit. Make it pretty. The mascara that I'm using right now is something that was like $3 that I found from Amazon. Would I buy it again though? No, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably find a better quality. Anywho, I'm gonna go in with this powder blush, and it's pink, guys. I bought this from Amazon as well for a few bucks. Like, is it the best product? No. However, I threw away a product because I was just like, a lot of these makeup products, they actually be, the people who make it perform witchcraft on it. So I threw it away and I decided to get this one until I be able to invest into a better quality, makeup line or whatever, that doesn't do witchcraft and put witchcraft on the makeup in order for people to buy more and more and more and more. Next, I went in with a brown lip liner. Just take a brown lip pencil or some, child, and just put it on there. Normally, I'll put my color on after I do my lip liner, then my clear gloss. But lately, I have been doing it in the order of lip liner, clear gloss, and then a color lip gloss. And I find that, it just, I don't know, maybe it just goes on a little bit better. Maybe it just goes on a little bit better. But yeah, I've been doing that lately. And then I'm going to take some setting spray. I'm going to spray my face per huge. Because look at it. Didn't it? I know you see it. It went from like very ashy, very like dull to now it's like, ooh. Like, girl, this is cute. Like, girl, this is that. And the setting spray that I use is called Maybelline New York Glass Spray. And it gives you a finishing, dewy, hydrated look. And yeah, I feel like it really gave what it gave. I've actually used this for a few years now, not knowing really how to use it. But when I apply my makeup in this order, I just feel like it just does something to me. I feel like I'm getting better and better and better at it, y'all. Lastly, I touched up my edges. And of course, your girl is done. This is how we came out. This is the finished makeup. This is the finished product. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to your girl, Samaya Evans, as I make faith-based content. And I will see y'all tomorrow.